Okay, for the last assignment we're going to do with 1 point perspective, we're going to draw the inside of a room. So just like on the other two assignments, you're going to put your vanishing point somewhere in the middle of the paper. And then we'll put our vanishing point somewhere in the middle as well. And now, just like your checkerboard room, you'll put a rectangle somewhere around your vanishing point in the middle. Okay, and then just like on your checkerboard room, you're going to line up the corner of your rectangle with the vanishing point to draw your orthogonal lines. Now again, orthogonal lines means lines that line up with the vanishing point and go at an angle from the vanishing point. Just remember the orthogonal lines, or the lines that go to the vanishing point, they don't have to meet the corners of the paper. And then we'll do the orthogonal lines at the bottom to make the floor. And again, line it up with the vanishing point and the corner of your rectangle, which will be your back wall. Okay. I'm just going to draw some common furniture items, and I'm going to show you how to bring those to the vanishing point. So first off, let's start off by drawing a chair. So I'm going to put the side of the chair right here. So to start off with, I'm just going to draw this blocky L shape for the chair. And then you're going to draw your orthogonal lines from the corners of the chair going to the vanishing point. You don't have to take it all the way to the vanishing point. So it might help. It might help some of you to take it all the way to the vanishing point, but you don't have to. Okay, and then I'm going to take these vertical lines here and make those meet, and then you have your horizontal lines, which should be parallel to one another. And then you got your vertical lines on the bottom of the chair, like so. And you have another horizontal line here. And remember, this horizontal line also needs to be horizontal as it goes back into space. It doesn't curve as it goes. I mean, it doesn't go at an angle as it goes back into space. It stays horizontal, just like this. And then I'm going to erase my lines on the chair that I don't need. So right now it's looking a little blocky, like something you would find in a Lego house. So if you want to get a little fancier with this, you could erase the tops of the chair off, and then maybe do your best to make a curve on the top of the chair, like so. And if you don't feel like, but if you don't feel comfortable doing things like this yet, that's fine. This is an option if you want to do this. Okay, let's try putting some legs on the chair now. Let's put a couple of small rectangles on the bottom, make sure they line up with each other. And then make sure these also go to the vanishing point. So make sure that everything goes to the vanishing point when you add things to your room. Now, I'm not sure, just depending on the angle, I guess you wouldn't be able to see the legs on the other side of the chair because of the angle. So I guess all you need to do is put two. So if I was going to draw a bed, I would start off with the end of the bed down here, make a nice wide horizontal rectangle. So this will be the edge of the bed. Oops, messed up there. Make sure that you're always keeping your ruler steady. Sometimes it's hard to do. Okay. So there's the edge of the bed down here, and let's take it to the vanishing point. So this side will go down to the vanishing point, and this side will go down to the vanishing point. And then you're going to have this horizontal line, which matches up with this one towards the end. And then this orthogonal line comes from this corner to the vanishing point. And then this line right here will go straight up and down vertically. So now you have the basic shape for a bed. So let's erase these extra lines that make up the wall. So now you have your basic shape for your bed. And you could say that this is really just kind of a mattress laying on the floor, since I've got it right up against the wall, you know, kind of in the corner here. But let's say you want to put a headboard on your bed. You have, you know, two vertical lines back here, and a horizontal line. And then if you wanted to get a little fancier and put some knobs on the end of your let's move those a little over a little bit more here. So now you have like a little headboard. And if you want to put a pillow on it. Now some things it's better to use your ruler on, and some things you might do better just to freehand it. Like something like a pillow that's kind of like, you know, got, you know, it's wavy, it's not so geometric. That would be fine. Okay, so now let's do another item that's commonly found in a room. And that would be a window. So, the top part of the window would go to your vanishing point like so. And then the bottom part of your window would go to your vanishing point like so. And then this vertical line, which makes the end of your window, would go here. And then the other end of your window would be a vertical line like so. But right now, it just looks like a flat square on this wall. But let's work on how we can make this look like a three-dimensional window. So if you want this window to look a little bit more three-dimensional, you'll need to put like a little horizontal line here down in this corner. So then you have kind of a window edge, and then that will go to the vanishing point like so. And then this line will go vertically here. Kind of messed that up just a little bit. So now you have a window in your room. Actually, I've seen something else I need to do. This would also need to be a horizontal line right here. And then this corner would also need to go to the vanishing point, like so. Because of the angle it's in, you can see a little bit of the ledge on this bottom part and on the top part. But depending on where on the horizon line you put it, you may or may not be able to see like the top part of the window or the bottom part of the window. Like if I put it all above the vanishing point, then I would stop it about right here. So now let's say I wanted to put a poster on this wall right here. Now a common mistake I see all the time is for somebody to just draw a rectangle on the wall like this, okay? See how this window looks like it's on this wall. This rectangle doesn't look like it belongs there. So, just like we did with the window, it also needs to go to the vanishing point. So, the top part of the poster could be right here, and then the bottom part of the poster could be maybe down here behind the chair. And then you'd put a vertical line here and a vertical line there. And now it actually looks like the poster is on the wall and not kind of sticking out of the wall like a flag. And then you could draw whatever you wanted to on this poster here. And it would also look good if you put something on this back wall right here, like maybe a door or whatever you want to put on this back wall. It's up to you. I think I'm just going to put a little door here. And something else you might want to do is you might want to incorporate some of this, some of what we did on the checkerboard room, and maybe add some tiling to either your ceiling or floor. And again, everything goes to the vanishing point, like so. Everything goes to the vanishing point, just like this. And you might want to take some horizontal lines like this, kind of make them a little bit further spaced out as they get closer to you, to just get that illusion of depth going on a little bit more. Oops. And there you have it. And that's just kind of the basics of using one-point perspective to draw a room.